Wednesday, February 9th, 2026, City Hall Council Chambers. We got ready to rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. We have no changes or additions to the agenda. We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, on to the public hearing, residential tax abatement, 921 Diagonal Road, community development. Motion to open hearing. Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing open. Presentation.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Exhibit 1A is a copy of the City of Worthington Residential Property Tax Abatement Program application submitted by Todd Schwebach of Todd Schwebach Construction. The applicant is seeking approval of tax abatement for the construction of a single-family home at 921 Diagonal Road. The previous home on the lot was demolished in 2024. Staff has reviewed the application and concluded it meets all the parameters of the program guidelines and is therefore recommending approval. Should council concur with staff's recommendation, may do so by adopting the resolution provided in Exhibit 1B after the completion of the public hearing. Council action is requested.
Testimony, comments, questions?
Move to a public hearing.
Okay,
Second?
we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Action on the hearing.
Move to approve. Second?
Okay, motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. On to public hearing, residential tax abatement, Cecily Street, community development, case item 2. Motion to open the hearing.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is open. Hearing presentation.
All right, thank you. This is another tax abatement request. This one's shown in Exhibit 2A. This one's submitted by Marco Ramos on behalf of Ramos Construction, seeking approval of tax abatement for the construction of a single-family home on Cicely Street. So this will be another one next to the newer homes going up there, just kind of working down the street. Staff's reviewed the application, concluded it meets all the parameters of the program guidelines and is recommending approval. Should council concur with that recommendation, you may do so by adopting the resolution in Exhibit 2B after completion of the public hearing.
Any testimony? Questions, comments?
Motion to close.
Second.
Okay, motion is second to close the hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Action on the hearing.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. For the consent agenda, we've got regular city council meeting minutes of January 26th, 2026. Minutes and board commissions, LEC Joint Operations Committee meeting minutes of November 12th, 2025. Joint Powers Transit Authority meeting minutes of October 30th, 2025, and bills payable.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Administration.
All right, on administration, the first item is the third reading of the proposed ordinance to vacate a section of Tower Street. Pursuant to the published notice, this is time and date set for the third reading of a proposed ordinance to vacate a segment of Tower Street within the city of Worthington. A complete copy of the ordinance was provided in your January 12th, 2026 council agenda. And as a reminder, this is the one block of Tower Street between Clary and 11th Street. Council action is requested to give a third reading to the proposed ordinance.
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
All right, next item is request or discussion with the city council to establish criteria for naming rights at the Worthington Ice and Recreation Arena. Staff has been approached by entities offering financial contributions towards the construction of the Ice and Recreation Arena. in exchange for naming rights. Staff met with the Arena Subcommittee on February 2nd, advising that council should establish criteria for naming rights. The committee's recommendation includes for arena rink naming rights, $500,000 per rink, with full funding received by the city within 6 months following the execution of the construction contract or approval by the city council, whichever occurs last. And also included is lobby naming rights, $250,000 with full funding received by the city within 6 months following the execution of the construction contract or approval by the city council, whichever occurs last. Acceptance of naming rights is a donation to the city and will require approval by resolution of the city council. And if members of the council have questions or comments, here to discuss.
Gimme.
Is it $500,000 and you have naming rights forever, or is it for a specific?
That
period
has
of time?
not been laid out. I think typically naming rights are maybe a 20-year period or indefinitely, but that would all be part of the criteria that we would like to have established.
How does this compare to other previous naming rights on public
The only other facility that I'm aware of that has naming rights is Virginia's Fieldhouse. Their contribution of $1 million accounted for about 16% of the total project cost. These would be far less than that, and we kind of had an informal discussion if anyone came forward with requesting naming rights for the entire facility, that the 16% of the total project cost would probably be where the discussions would begin, and that's, upwards of $4 or $5 million.
Is that the YMCA that was naming rights, but that was not city involvement? At the YMCA? Okay.
Oh, with the naming rights as part of the
Yeah.
donation? No,
Yeah.
that was
Separate.
separate of anything the city was involved in.
Anybody else have anything?
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? Oh,
Do you want to add anything regarding a lifetime of the naming rights? Indefinitely, do you want to put a year on there?
Anybody have any ideas?
I kinda like indefinitely,
Okay.
I'd be in favor of a duration of a 20-year. I understand I get the indefinitely.
Could that be in the resolution at the time that it comes forward, or does it have to be now?
It doesn't necessarily have to be now. I mean, this is kind of the first steps, but we can, those that have reached out, we can respond that this is what the city council is going to be requesting if you want the benefit of naming rights. One of the, I think it's important that the funds be received in its entirety at the beginning of the project so that they can go towards the building, and what the value of the naming rights on the three main elements that could receive large naming rights would be each of the 2 rinks and then the lobby area. So that's why we kind of started with this.
But the possibility exists for somebody to donate enough for the whole complex.
There's always that possibility, but
Well, that would be naming basically the building then, if they did that.
Right.
That
You
was
could
at
still have
16%.
16%.
yeah, it would have to be in that neighborhood to kind of stay within our past practice.
So we need to make an amendment to it if we want to put a limit on this, a year, for the naming rights?
Well, I think if someone came forward and wanted naming rights, I think.
I mean, for the rings.
For the, I'm sorry?
Do we need to make an
name on a rink anyways, and sometimes it just kinda sticks with it, you know, to where people are gonna know by the initial naming versus it changing down the street, you know, X amount of years anyways,
And I think one of the discussions I've been involved with, it would be a recognition of a legacy of the people involved. Would want that embedded in place for a very long time.
So you asking for an amendment? I would make an amendment that it be indefinite.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and seconded, any further discussion?
But just to clarify, the motion is to accept the proposal of the naming rights indefinitely. Okay.
For all three entities, rinks and the concessions. Okay. We've got a motion and any other questions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Two public works.
Evening, Mayor, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Bill got this last.
My first case item is the YMCA program fee approval. The Park and Recreation Advisory Board at their February 4th, 2026 meeting reviewed and endorsed the proposed 2026 YMCA summer fees, Exhibit 1 in your packet. The fees include Water World Aquatic Center, the day camp, and the city summer sports program. I have Carrie with the YMCA here. She will give you a little presentation and outline the changes from the 2025 fee schedule. And then council action is requested. So, Carrie, with that.
I first want to say thank you for the city of Worthington to allow the YMCA to run the youth programs here. We are very proud to be able to do that. Our numbers have increased in our summer camps. You can see we are doing the same layout that we have the last couple years. Separating them out into the individual groups has definitely helped out with our numbers and with our programming. Last year we were in the intermediate school, and so we were able to walk from the intermediate school to the YMCA after lunch and for swimming. And so transportation costs were a little less for that, and we hope to be able to continue that again. The partnership between the school and Midwest is phenomenal. We would not be able to run these programs with the amount of students without that. So we increased the individual number of campers by 60 kids. That included up to 760 slots. So it is less than 2024. In 2024, we had 791 slots. So out of the 11 weeks of camp, that's how many times kids could come. We have moved the fee to $150. Our first year that I started, we had 3 tiers, 150, 112, and 75, to allow those parents to understand we're going to be raising our rates. The true cost of camp was $150, and so that's where we're at. So that is what was suggested. Questions on camp?
One question. Do you, like when you're determining the expenses, is that like a per camper expense and you're able to kind of figure that out based on staffing and
Field
activities?
trips,
Okay.
buses,
Okay.
snacks.
So this kind of covers that then, for the
Yes.
most part? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so for our younger campers, there's more staff, and and the field trips are costless. But the older preteen pathfinders, they need less staff, but they want a little more, more expensive field trips, so it averages out in that way. For our, Water World, we saw that there were more individual transactions, more individual people coming, this year than last year. The number of passes though decreased, so, we are not changing our prices for the day fees. They are staying consistent. What we are going to do is, raise the rates for the passes. The family season pass was $110. That will this year be $150. The non-members fee is $160, or was and will be $200. So we raised both of those season passes by $40. Now, the family's pass includes 4 members in the same household. Any additional people, it would be $25 onto that pass. So quite reasonable still for that price. Questions on Waterworld? We had a better year this year. It was nice to be outside and see the pool completely filled. I think I sent you a few pictures of that, so. The ladies enjoyed the water walking in the lazy river, so this was the second year that we offered that, and there's about 28 ladies in there walking, so.
Yeah, I just wanna reiterate that while we did increase fees in Waterworld, for a family, it went up by $40, that's $10 per member of your household per year. So you're still, if you have 4 members of your household, you're getting it, and not a member of the YMCA, you're still getting it for $50 per person for the entire year. And that's unlimited access, so it is, sounds more expensive, but it's really a good deal.
So it is a lot more expensive in your comparison of Marshall, Wakefield, Sibley,
So within like,
for a family pass.
for a Sibley, it would be $150, and then each additional is $40.
And we have,
We're at 200, right?
yeah,
So they're at 150, 160, and 75.
Mm-hmm.
So we are quite a bit higher.
we are, but we have a lot more amenities in our pool. They don't have the lazy river slides and some of that stuff, so I mean, you gotta kind of compare apples to apples. You're getting a lot more from our aquatic center than you are in Sibley. Some of the other ones, well, others don't.
They do not have one.
They don't have a family membership, they just have, individual passes. And they're $70 a
Yeah.
piece, so that would be, and that's a pretty comparable one, Blackstone's. So you'd be at $280 for members. Any other questions on Waterworld? YMCA
And
sports?
then the sports, I did list all of the sports that we are offering, in the summer. The asterisk one are the, city specified, programs, and we increased the fees by $5, per member and non-member, so the fee would be $55 or $75. You can see on the top, those are the numbers that actually came in per age grouping that we did, and the bottom one indicates what my goal is for 2026. So it's been very successful. We've had our District 518 head coaches and their players assist us with the programming aspect of it. So they're getting to see the littles right away.
Anybody have any questions? So do we need to make a,
Yeah, I'd like a motion to approve these fees. second one is the authorize the staff to advertise for bids. Worthington City Council at their July 12th, 2025 meeting entered into an agreement with the firm of Short, Elliott, Hendrickson Incorporated to do design work for a replacement of the restroom in Centennial Park. This restroom is a collaboration with School District 518's new softball project and was approved in our 2026 budget. Mr. Bergstrom of SEH has now completed the restroom plans and would like council to authorize to advertise for bids. Plans are available, if you'd like to see them. Basically, it'll have men's, women's, and family restrooms, a storage area, and, a concession stand, a utility room, so, it's basically the same design as the rest of our restrooms, same color scheme, same block, look like the rest of the restrooms that we have. So, the proposed timeline is, February 9th, we're gonna authorize bids, which is today. March 4th, we'll open bids, and then on March 9th, we'll come with a bid recommendation. Council action is requested to authorize staff to solicit bids for the Centennial Park restroom project.
So if anyone has any questions, this is the concession space. This is a storage area. And then these are the men's and women's restroom. Here, this is the window for the concession. The ball field would be over on this side. And the city softball.
Pickleball courts, will be on that side.
Pickleball.
This will go, on the street, right, kind of where the street you just vacated, with the third reading, it'll be right there. It should be a really good addition, it's closer to a lot of our stuff in Centennial Park, especially pickleball courts and stuff like that.
Who's gonna manage the concession stand?
That will be up to the school district.
The school district will manage it, okay.
I'm not sure that they want to. There was some talk that possibly seeing if Waco was interested. There really is not a complimentary girls softball program like that might be interested. I don't think the school district had a lot of interest in operating, but we'll see how that.
But the city's not going to.
Okay.
We're not. We will be in charge of, the maintenance on the facility, restroom cleaning, all that. Same thing we do with the rest of our restrooms, but we're not going to manage a concession stand.
Is the running, like, since it's in the middle of the street is where this building will be, it's currently there, is the lines, water lines, sewer lines, electricity run into the middle of the street, is that all part of this plan, or is this part of an engineering department
I think
project?
you'll get that one coming up here shortly.
Okay.
Actually,
The water main actually runs off the street along the east side, up and down here. There is no sewer. The sewer is accessed from both Clary and 11th Street, but Google will address the sewer service will come out the south end of the building and then go down to the 11th Street intersection.
we did also include a bunch of different conduits in it for, data that can be run into it from the school side and from our side. In case we wanna at some point, we're gonna redo those softball field, that softball field over there, new lights for the pickleball courts and the ice rink that we have there. I mean, that's all part that we're gonna do at some point, but that's not this year project, this is our project this year.
Anybody else have anything?
Do we have a motion to authorize staff to solicit bids for the Centennial Park restroom project?
Second?
Motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion's carried.
And the last one is the adopt resolution accepting the park match donation. The Park and Recreation Advisory Committee has received a request from a family to place a bench along the Hammond Trail. The request is as follows: the Hoffman family in memory of Clyde Hoffman. The application and resolution accepting the donation is included as Exhibit 2. The The donation meets all the requirements as set forth in the park donation policy adopted by City Council. The Park and Recreation Advisory Board recommends City Council accept the donation. Council action if requested to adopt a resolution accepting the donation from the park bench as presented and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign any necessary agreements.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion-
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting there.
Evening, council. The first item is extent of that, what Todd talked about, approval of plan and spec for Tower Street and Tenth Avenue Street. Staff has prepared plan and specification for Tower Street and Tenth Avenue Street reconstruction project in Exhibit 1-1. This project includes vacancy of Tower Street from Cleary Street to 11th Avenue and turning a portion of the street into a self-wall dedicated parking lot. This project was scheduled to be reconstructed in 2025 capital improvement plan. Staff requests that the council adopt a resolution included in Exhibit 1-2 approving plan and specifications and authorizing the advertisement for bid. The bid would be received until 2:05 p.m. on March 11, 2026, with the result being brought before the city council for award consideration during the regular meeting on March 23, 2026.
Any questions for Gary?
When this, does go out for bid and come back with bids, is there a consideration to kind of watch out for construction from the 3rd and 4th of July? Because on 10th, it gets a lot of traffic.
Yes, we include all those special events in our specification, not to work on days or work around those events.
I'd make a motion to approve the plans for Tower Street, 10th Avenue.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
Second one is for Third Avenue Water and Sewer, main reconstruction project. City staff has prepared plans and specifications for Third Avenue Water and Sanitary Sewer main reconstruction project in Exhibit 2-1. This project was scheduled to be reconstructed in 2026 and street reconstruction in 2027. Staff requests that the council adopt the resolution included in Exhibit 2-2, approving plans and specifications and authorizing the advertisement for bids. The bids would be received until 2 p.m. on March 11, 2026, with the result brought before the city council for award consideration during the regular council meeting on March 23, 2026.
Amy?
So did I read right that both of these, we're looking at they're starting around July 31st?
Yes.
And they'll only take about 40 to 45 days? Wow. That seemed like an aggressive schedule.
We give a lot more buffers. It should take a lot less than 45 days.
Okay.
But we just give them enough time to do unexpected work here and there, so it's a lot more than what they need usually.
So again, the Third Avenue should be done in time for
Yep.
Turkey Day or anything that we can.
Motion to approve plan for Third Avenue.
Okay, we have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
Third item is for underpass crossing agreement with Union Pacific Railroad Company. Critical component of East Okabena Lake Trail project is the installation of a pedestrian underpass at the railroad crossing with a 14 feet by 10 feet precast concrete box culvert. This phase of construction requires a coordinated effort where the city is responsible for the placement and filling of the gap between the culvert and the existing abutment, while the railroad handles the removal and reconstruction of the track and the ballast section. The total cost for this portion of the project is estimated at $300,687. Under the terms of the agreement, the city assumes 100% of these costs, as well as any additional expenses that may arise during construction. Furthermore, the city will be responsible for all future maintenance and repairs of the underpass for as long as the structure remains on railroad property. Staff recommends that the council approve the agreement in Exhibit 3 to move forward.
Amy.
I read in there that the cost may be recalculated if construction doesn't commence within 6 months. And are we at that 6-month time period?
Yes, we should be beginning the construction within that break time.
So we're not concerned about them coming back and recalculating those costs?
We should not. And
And-
even if they do, it should be very minimal increase. The 6-month time period shouldn't be that big of an impact to the cost.
And then how long do we anticipate this to last?
What's the,
Culvert, 14?
75 years?
Okay,
The structure itself could last, 5 or 100, whatever.
This, I apologize, because this was a little bit before my time here, but that is that area that you currently see the opening that goes underneath that just needs to be replaced?
It's part of a trail system that will go from connecting the existing trail by the, adjacent to the lake, going under the underpass, across the Minnesota Energy has.
Yep.
And then connecting the soccer field, and then
GBS
going
field.
around to, Highway 60 and Noble Street.
Okay.
But,
With some grant money too, that
yeah.
Yep, we have about a little less than $2 million grant
For
in
that.
total
Okay.
for this project, yep.
This, in going under the railroad overpass, it's been a long process to get approval,
And it's the only thing it's holding us behind from going forward right now.
Okay.
and it would be a big concrete box culvert to protect those using the trail and also ensure the integrity of the railroad above it.
Does that block around it get repaired or?
Nope, so the plan is we just slide that box culvert under that existing pass and then we'll just fill it with basically gravel and dirt. And the railroad comes in after we finish that construction, they'll remove the, rail and then they will refill from the top of the culvert and then to the desired height of themselves and then they will do the top part of the construction.
Okay.
And that's what this agreement is for, that the city is obligated to pay for that part of the construction.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Last item is, approve Nobles County 2026 mill and overlay on Krellsheim Road. The county is scheduled to perform a mill and overlay project on Krellsheim Road, segment from Oxford Street to Trunk Highway 60. Because this section of the roadway is located within city limits, the county is requesting the city's formal review and approval of the project plans and specifications. Additionally, to satisfy state aid requirements, the city must adopt a supporting resolution. The proposed scope of work involves replacing the top 1.5 inches of the bituminous surface to improve road quality and longevity. Staff recommends that the council pass the resolution included in Exhibit 4.
Is there any problems you see?
Nope.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
On to, council committee reports. I have nothing.
I have no report.
No report.
We had, Wellington HRA meeting this past week. We received state approval for the Brand Home Rental Assistance Program. So we can now begin taking applications for anyone that needs rental assistance. And it's not only for our community, but we're doing it for several communities the Sicily and Grand duplex that's out there. One side is currently occupied and rented. The other side, we're just waiting for our occupancy certificate. All the construction's been done and everything's ready to go. And we're hoping to have that. We have a person who wants to rent that starting March 1st. So that property is built, rented out right away. The two houses that we bought, that we're doing rehab on, and you can maybe drive by it, it's on April Avenue, kind of behind, the,
Arnold Motors.
yeah, Arnold Motors there. But, construction is really going strong on that one. You know, they're putting on new siding, windows, and then they'll move to the inside, but, it should be a really nice addition for that neighborhood. The other one, we're still waiting to get plans and specifications for a whole new house on that property. So, that's where we're at with those. That's it. Chris?
I have nothing.
Okay, Steve?
Last week, Matt and I both attended the Ellers Municipal Finance Conference they put on every year. As you recall, Ellers is our municipal advisor. A lot of it focused on future financial situations that are arising. One statement that you should all be aware of is if inflation likely is not to go backwards, and the best time to have built something was last year. And at the event center, we had a heat exchanger in one of the rooftop units went out, and then some more in-depth investigation. There's 7 rooftop units